Alright, today we are going to replace the cam position sensor. So, got an AC Delco one. I don't know if that's what was in there from the factory, so I figured might as well put one back in there. It's kind of a pain to get to because of where it's at, but hey, that's alright. We'll get it swapped out. Alright, got the 10mm. I'll show y'all kind of where this is at in case nobody else ever had to work on this son of a gun. There's the oil pressure sending unit. It's right next to it. You can see right there, that little 10mm bolt there. So we'll see if we can't finagle it out of there. That should be a fun time. Alright, got this. Okie dokie. Yeah, I was throwing a code for this, so I figured, well, I might as well just replace it. There's something else like on top of it keeping it down? I don't think so. It feels clear. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Well, that's pretty cruddy looking. Let's see if this will fight us getting back in there. Oh, sorry. There's the hole. Alright. All the crap in the way, huh? There we go. Fun, you know, it's just easy. That really wasn't too bad, was it? I expected worse. But I'm glad that's all it was. Okay. Well, that wasn't too terribly difficult, was it? We'll see if it does the code for us. Sorry, just making sure I had the keys out here for the thing. Here's the old one that came out. It's just dirty. I don't know anything about the functionality of it being dirty, if that makes a difference, but there it is, and it's not in there anymore. So grab the keys and see what she says. Well, it took us a couple minutes, not too bad. Alright. Still doing this hard starting shit. Why? Why the fuck is it doing this? I need it to function correctly. I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. Backfiring and stuff like that. I don't quite understand why it's doing this. It's probably something to do with the wiring for the damn thing, so I'll have to fucking trace all that out. See what the old scanner says. Read codes. Stored codes. Camshaft position sensor, a circuit high, bank 1, or a single sensor. P0343. Okay. 0343, remember that. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna be testing wires to see if they're fucking pinning out correctly. So we'll be back. So, in an attempt to get rid of the check engine light for the camshaft position sensor, voltage high P0343, which is apparently a very common thing with LSs and whatnot, especially ones that have been taken apart and the timing chain has been changed on. Well, I'm pretty sure that the cam's walking because I changed the sensor out, nothing. won't even start with the new sensor, as you saw. Put the old one back in, it'll start, but it takes forever. Crank, 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 backfire, crank, 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 backfire, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so I apparently, maybe, I don't know for sure, didn't put Loctite on the timing chain gear set going to the camshaft, maybe, I don't know. It's a real MFer. You know, rather it all work right, because that's probably asking too much. And I wish that I would have, you know, documented whenever I put the timing chain on, so I'd remember or know if some people say to, you know, put Loctite on them. Some people say you don't have to put Loctite on them. I don't know. I just know that I did something wrong, I guess. I don't know. Something's not right, because I checked, you know, sensor, you know, the wires going to the sensor, everything's fine, you know. So yeah, let's get to draining and cooling, I guess, which is always a pain, because, you know, I love brand new coolant having to be drained without a, you know, proper way to do this. I don't have a thing to suck it all out or anything like that. I don't work at a shop. So, you know, real mechanic shop. There's a dude turning wrenches in his house, at his house. Anyway, I got this. Serena likes to drink these like cold coffee drinks, so I was like, let me just sacrifice this old jug that I keep and kind of stick it down here and see and hope for the best. There's a hose thing on the bottom, but that doesn't work great, you know. It's like the petcock, I don't know, there's a special place for the petcock to be, and it never finds the right place. So I don't know. I cleaned my drain pan out really well, so let's just have all the fun. Gross stuff settling at the bottom of that. Maybe I'll drain the first little bit into something else. Where are all my little round drain pans? I don't know. They apparently have legs, or that, or I never clean them out and they're sitting under something with something else on them. I think there might be one under this truck here. Nope, no. Oh, here's one with a transmission tail housing and some transmission fluid in it. So, idiot. Clean your fucking drain pans when you're done with them. All right. That's my advice for the day. It took me a day or two to really be okay. Not okay, but just not annoyed enough to work on this, you know. I figured it out a couple days ago, and then I was like just deflated, you know. It just sucks it out of you sometimes whenever it feels like if there's a little issue that can happen, you're gonna find it, or I'm gonna find it. You might not find it, but it seems to happen to me more often than not. I guess that's why I always tell you, if you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. Maybe I should say, if I'm not doing it twice, I'm probably not doing it right. So that's just the nature of it, and part of working on cars, turning wrenches, you know. I guess it just doesn't get any less frustrating though. It's my first attempt at using my little ghetto funnel thing, so bear with me here. That's smart. Drop the petcock into the funnel thing, so that way you gotta get antifreeze all over your fucking hand. Well, it seems to be working relatively well. This way it doesn't get all the nasty dirt and shit. I mean, the frame, the core support and everything is pretty clean, but this will help prevent getting all the nasty stuff in the coolant so that we can reuse it. Anyway, we'll let that drain for a little bit and then pull some radiator hoses off and get ready to pull water pump off, pull the other crap off. I need to disconnect battery, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. It worked pretty well, minimized the amount of coolant on the floor, so that's even better. That's what we're hoping for, is to minimize the mess. Minimize the mess, people. Get tired of cleaning up messes and tired of making messes, so do our best to avoid that from here on forever. Try to do that forever, which will not happen because that's just the nature of it. Nature boy Ric Flair over here. Woo! We'll go ahead and get our funnel. Save that for another time. That's pretty handy. Pretty happy with the way that worked. Yeah, it actually locked. I'm really surprised. This one won't though. The one that's a real son of a bitch to get to. Alright, let's see what we got here. I went ahead and got the bottom ones while I was under there cleaning up. So we'll just get these top ones up here. Get on there. Alright, I put a drain pan down there. We got one more bolt left. Yeah, a little bit of grabbiness. Those bolts don't look loose. Oh, they are. Look at that. Wow. Oh my. Great. That's not good. I don't know how that happened, but I can't believe I already used those bolts. I guess I didn't have a choice because I didn't have any new ones. But yeah, they're finger tight. What the fuck? What is wrong with me? What an idiot. Alright, so we learned a lesson today, guys. Double check your work. I know I did it on the other truck because I remember filming it. So at least there's that. But man, what a pain in the butt. Well, I'm gonna see if I can't find any new bolts locally. I figured might as well just put new ones in there just in case I did torque them and somehow or another they came undone. I just don't want to have to do this again. So yeah, let me see if I can't source some local bolts. No, you know, here's the deal, guys. If you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. All right, this sums it up in a nutshell. Okay, well, we'll be back. All right, so here's where we're at. O'Reilly's carries the ARP cam bolts, so I just went ahead and ordered them from them. They'll be here about 5 o'clock this afternoon. It's, I don't know, almost noon now, so we guess I'll just clean up some crap and, you know, sulk for a little while. But I'm glad that I took it apart and figured this out. So, you know, if you have, say whenever you're building your LS, or say you're just freshening up a junkyard LS, basically what I did, clean the threads very thoroughly inside the cam, the cam sprocket bolts to, you know, the timing sprocket bolts to for your camshaft, and put, you know, some people say red Loctite. I'll use blue Loctite because red Loctite's pretty much, I don't know, like fucking welding it on there sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna clean the threads with Q-tips or something and just get it really clean. Make sure that there's not a chance of that happening again, because boy, that would have been catastrophic. Say those bolts backed out, that wouldn't have been good at all. But I'm glad that, you know, that is the answer to the problem, so it makes sense. Luckily we caught it before anything else major happened. So yeah, we'll be back whenever we get the parts to put it back together. Alright, it's next day. Got the cam bolts in, or went and picked them up yesterday afternoon, but I didn't feel like getting out here and working on it. So yep, I'm gonna clean the threads out where they go in on the camshaft, and then we will put a little Loctite on them and torque them down to specs, whatever it is, like 25 foot-pound, I don't know, pound-foot. I'll look and verify, obviously, but yep, if this little peace of mind, you know. Just put some brand new bolts in there, and hopefully we won't have to do this again. So I'll get that cleaned up, and then we'll start putting it back together. I probably won't make you watch me throw everything back together, because that's boring, time-consuming crap. All right, so I got, you know, I'm gonna put one of the bolts in with some Loctite on it real quick, so I can clean the other ones out without having to worry about the cam sprocket coming off. Threading in, it's just got a little more resistance than the last one did. There's a good chance there was nothing wrong with the bolts that were in there, but I don't know, it's one of those better safe than sorry kind of moments. Don't want to do this twice, or 3 times. This will be the 3rd time, so I'm doing it twice because that's the right way to do it, right? Oh yeah, look how much it's pulling the cam out. What's the point of using a torque spec if you just go beyond it? Because I'd rather it be more tight than it was. Okay, so that's that, you know, that's that. So I'm gonna try to dry this off a little bit more, the gasket surface, and in the corners I'm gonna put some more silicone, a little RTV in there, because that's how you do it whenever you assemble it. Anyway, I'll put a little extra in there just to, I don't want it to leak. Ugh. Anywho, I'm gonna do that and we'll start putting it back together. Alright, I had to get creative and I made me a harmonic balancer installer tool. I just used the old harmonic balancer bolt and welded a grade 8 what was this, 7/16 bolt to it or whatever. So we'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. You know how that goes though. We'll throw one of the belts on here in a minute, and that can tell, make sure, you know, if it's not aligning with the belt, then it isn't seated all the way. You know, it's one way to tell. All right. Oh, I'm about to go. Ow. God, I hate this stupid fucking hood. I'm gonna have to go find my torque wrench that goes up to 240 foot-pounds. So I'll be back. I don't know, probably whenever I get it all back together so we can start it and make sure that we don't have that problem anymore. So we will be back then. All right. We're gonna hook the battery back up, and I got everything buttoned back up. I hadn't filled it with coolant yet. I'm cleaning the reservoir. I don't know why I didn't clean it before, but I'm cleaning that. I hadn't filled it with coolant just in case I gotta take it apart again for whatever reason. I don't want to have to drain all that again. So we'll just test fire it a few times and see what it does. Hopefully good news. Hopefully good news. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That sounds better. Fired up pretty good. Still got exhaust leaks, so that's not good. Let's turn it off and turn it back on again. Okay, okay. got good oil pressures. LEDs turn out good in there. That's nice. I'll rev her up for a second. All right. Good deal, good deal. Well, okay, so I'm sure if you're having an issue where you get that camshaft position sensor voltage high trouble code, you probably looked online and saw that you need to pull the timing cover off and make sure that you got the bolts tight on the camshaft gear, timing gear. So yeah, there you go. That seems to be the problem. So like I always say, if you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. Well, I just had to do that again. So Loctite them. Get some ARP ones if you want. They're $10 at O'Reilly's. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And I think that'll about wrap it up. So until the next thing, whatever that may be, we'll see you then. Well, I think it was too late. I fixed that too late. I only put maybe 75 miles on it like that, and I think I wiped the cam out.
Will you excuse me, please?
Whenever it put back in place, because it's making some weird noises. I'll let y'all hear it before I take it apart here in a little bit. All right, got a valve train noise, but it sounds like to me. I'm gonna start it. Y'all can listen to it, and then we're gonna drain the oil. Very clattery, very freaking clattery. So yep, hopefully we didn't wipe the lifters and cam out, but it's certainly looking like we did. So let's crawl under here and drain the oil, see if it's all glittery. Should I get a magnet or something? I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Oh yeah. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it looks kind of sparkly from my point of view. So fuck. It's not a good deal. Not a good deal, Lucille. Yeah, I can see the glitter. I can feel the grit. Fuck. I knew I shouldn't have sold that XL 6-liter I had. Getting all the carcinogens on my hand right now. I don't know. Well, gotta live up to my motto, you know. You gotta do it twice. So, looks like I get to do a rebuild, maybe. It's not what we wanted. But, you know, I guess these things happen. Unfortunately. I'd rather it happen on my vehicle versus someone else's. So I guess there's that. You know, I would hate to be building this for someone else and then it happened. But I guess I don't have anybody to blame but my own damn self. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have any good advice for anybody. Double check your work. Make sure you torque everything down better than I did, I guess. But I don't know. We'll let it finish draining, then we'll pull a drain pan out and see if we can't fish around in there, see if there's any obvious chunks of metal or anything. I can just feel the metal on my fingers. I don't know. It isn't sand, I can tell you that. I mean, God, I hope not. That'd be a weird deal. How would sand get in there? I don't know. But we'll be back here in a little bit. I just took this magnet and stuck it in the oil pan. I don't know if you can see all the metal on there. Yeah. So that's not good. Let's pull the oil drain pan out and see what it is. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see the different shades of, oh God, look at that. Aluminum doesn't really stick to this, but if it's bearing material, it's aluminum, I believe. I don't fucking remember. Yeah, your oil shouldn't have a, you know, that in it. It shouldn't do that. Next time you change your oil, see if it does that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we fucking killed this fucker. Not ideal. Not an ideal situation. I don't know. Makes you really want to drink. Well, see what we can do.